Merry meet and welcome to Psalmic Saturday here at Ariel's Corner. This is Ariel Gatoga and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Shirley and the lovely Honey... Oh, goodness gracious with my words. The lovely Shirley and the lovely Honey Paw are moderating on YouTube, and on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. I kind of woke up a little bit sleepy today, and I don't seem to have awakened yet, so please bear with me. I appreciate you bearing with me. We are here every Saturday doing a psalm spell, and we will get to that very quickly, but just to let you know, we do have a premiere at 11 a.m. Pacific time in just over 40 minutes from now, so I hope that you can join us for that. The psalm we're doing today is very short, so I don't think that we will be taking up all of the stream time. So if you do have any questions for me, please feel free to put them in the chat thread and I will get to them before the end of the psalm. If you've never worked Psalm Magic before and you'd like a free booklet, or even if you have worked Psalm Magic before and you'd like a free booklet on it, all you have to do is go to arielgatoga.com/psalmbook. arielgatoga.com/psalmbook, and you can download your very own copy of How to Work Psalm Magic. And that's there for you. We also have a lot of Psalm Magic support materials on our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. You'll see in the main menu, there's a drop-down menu for Psalm Magic, and there's all kinds of stuff in there, including an entire book of Psalms, online Psalter, with some of the magical uses, etc. in there. If you are watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. And remember, you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us. And we do have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com, and I have it on good... I've been told anyway by the person that is building our new shop that it's going to be ready for a soft launch within the next week or so. If you don't get emails from us, you may want to, just so that you get those kinds of announcements. We don't send out any kind of sales emails or anything like that, so you're not going to get spammed. But you can, anytime you download anything from us or register for a course, you're automatically registered for our emails. So unless you've unsubscribed, if you want to subscribe to begin with or resubscribe, you can also do that on the footer of any page of our website. There's a little form to sign up for our email. So that's a good idea if you want to be kept in the loop as to what's going on around here. If you'd like to give a donation, you can go to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could also use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We do appreciate your support, and we appreciate you for being here. This is the highlight of my day doing these streams, and we have an amazing moderator team. We have some support that you can access by going to either our Discord server or our private Facebook group, and that's where you can join in discussions or ask questions or answer questions, whatever you like to do. And you can find the links to those plus all of our other social media in the footer of every page on our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. Also, don't forget that we offer free tarot readings every morning, Wednesday through Sunday. We have a daily tarot reading for all signs, and then we also have a 2-week reading for a specific zodiac sign. That can be either your sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. So you can find those on our website also, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu for the streams of the most recent readings, or you can join us live or on our on restreams on our tarot channel. And so if you're on YouTube, that's Ariel Gatoga Tarot. That's the name of our channel there, Ariel Gatoga Tarot. If you're on Twitch, everything happens on the same channel. All right, thank you so much for joining us, and we will get going with our psalm spell right now. We will. Yes, we will. I thought I was so prepared. Hold on just a moment. Okay, I am prepared. Now I'm prepared. Today we are working on Psalm 67. Psalm 67 is a psalm that's used in psalm magic traditionally to bring new friends, to eliminate frustration, to eliminate discontent, to protect against disasters and theft, to be freed from prison, protect against illness, and to expand your good. Today, I would like to use Psalm 67 to... what do I want to do today? I think I want to work Psalm 67 to bless a relationship. Let's use Psalm 67 to bless a relationship. And that can be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be a love relationship, although it can. So if your relationship, your marriage needs healing or support, but also friendships and business associates, any kind of relationship we'll use it for. The way we work Psalm magic is very simple. Let's say that again. The way we work Psalm magic is very simple and effective. We take the psalm and we speak it out loud all the way through once without stopping. This recitation is known as an incantation in psalm magic. After we've finished with that incantation, we go back through the psalm and we consider each verse in turn. And we search for those meanings that lie behind the words. We call those occult meanings or magic seeds. And as we find those seeds of wisdom, we try to apply them to the best of our ability to whatever the situation is that we brought to the psalm. And by doing all of this, we are taking those magic seeds and planting them in the fertile ground of our deep mind, where they take root, they grow, they blossom forth, and they bear fruit after their kind. And that is exactly what you and I are going to do together right now with Psalm 67. God be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us, Selah. That thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among the... That thy way may be known upon the earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously, and govern the nations upon the earth, Selah. Let the people praise thee, O God, let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. This is a rather jubilant psalm of thanksgiving, and oftentimes when we are working any kind of magic, the trick, no matter what kind of a situation or kind of a spell it is, sometimes the trick to it is actually going right for the praise, going right for the gratitude. Sometimes that cuts right through that Gordian's knot and frees you from whatever the problem is. So if you are dealing with anything, regardless of whether it's a relationship or not, you can bring it to this psalm and allow it to be healed. So think of whatever your situation is or whatever it is that you need to have healing about, and let's apply the seeds of wisdom to that situation. It says, God be merciful unto us and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us, Selah. Now I'm using the Authorized King James Version of the Bible, and the Authorized King James Version is very clear about its translations. Whenever it says whenever it says God, it means Elohim, especially if it's just God with a capital G. It means Elohim. Elohim is the collective. It's the collective host of heaven acting as one. So it's a singular plurality, and it's also masculine and feminine together. So it's an odd word in the Hebraic language, and it is the first cause. Remember, in the very, very beginning of Genesis, the first creation story wasn't Yahweh. The first creation story was Elohim. So that is the first cause. And so that's what we're calling on. The reason I'm spending so much time on this is I want you to understand that you are calling on the most powerful force in the universe. And even saying the most powerful is not quite right. It is the powerful force of the universe. It's one source, one substance. So no matter what's going on, it has the solution. And the thing about God is that not only is it a principle, but it's also personal. Because one of the basic qualities of God is that of responsiveness. So when you call, you get a response. And so now we're calling, so expect that response in your situation. God, be merciful unto us and bless us. So to be merciful means solve this problem, heal this condition, make things right again. Bless us. And you want to be blessed eternally. We want the blessings of the infinite to be eternal. And we want to be blessed in ways that we understand, and we also want to be blessed in ways that we don't understand. So we are leaving the blessing to the infinite. We're not telling the infinite, now you need to bless me like this, and then you need to bless me like that. We're just bringing whatever it is that we experience to be a problem for us, and we ask that those blessings be taken care of, that those blessings be that those blessings be showered upon us and take care of whatever it is that we are bringing to the psalm. It says, and cause his face to shine upon us. So the face of God, remember what the face is. We have facial recognition software. A lot of times on your smartphone, it'll open up an app because it recognizes your face. So your face is like your thumbprint or your voice. It's unique. It's like your name. It's how people recognize you. So the face of God, how do you recognize God? Well, God is that which is good. So cause the force of all good to shine upon us. And we know that it's God because only good comes from this. So only good comes from us calling upon this force. And we understand that it is that force because of what happens as a result of us calling upon it. That's the face of God. We recognize it as God because of the results that we get. You don't know what electricity looks like, but you know the results of it. Right? You don't know what love looks like, but you know the results of it. You don't know what life looks like, but you know the results of it. So you don't know what God looks like, but you know the results of it. The results of it are all good. That's the face of God. That thy way may be known upon the earth, thy saving health among all nations. Now the earth is your circumstances. The earth is the effects of everything, what you're experiencing in physical reality. So we want the way of the infinite to be known upon the earth, meaning in our circumstances, in our manifest reality. Not just something nice to think about, not just something nice to say, but in real nuts and bolts, practical experience. And that's how we know. That's how we know what the face of God is, based on the results. Based upon the results. So the way of God is the way of healing, is the way of love, is the way of perfection. And it says, thy saving health among all nations. Now the nations are the main structures of our mind, the main thought forms, the overarching thought forms of our mind. So the big ideas, the big concepts that we carry around with us are responsible for what we experience. So we are not only asking for the experiences themselves to be transformed by this presence, but we are acknowledging that in order for that to happen, our mind must be transformed by this presence, because it's impossible for any force, even the force of all creation, to go against the law of cause and effect. You can't ask the infinite to go against its own laws. That'll never happen. So you can't say, I'm going to think whatever I want, but fix this situation. That's not going to work. We're acknowledging I want the situation fixed, and we understand that the way to fix this situation is to fix my thinking about it. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. There's the crux of the psalm. People are thoughts. And for you, the only thoughts you have control over are your conscious thoughts. And your conscious thoughts are even more easily controlled when you control your words. So it says, let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. So you have to be diligent about how you use your words and how you use your mind. And if you catch yourself going off on a tangent, thinking about things in a fearful way, saying things that you don't mean, saying things that you don't want, letting your mind just run amok without any sense of discipline, that you bring it back to what? Praise. Let all the thoughts in your mind praise God. That's the trick. If you can get to that where no matter what you're doing, anytime you notice what you're thinking, if you turn what you're thinking into praise, you've got this. Now, praising God is such a misunderstood concept. People think praising God means going into some church or something and raising their hands and going, praise the Lord, which is fine. If that's your thing, you should do it. Everybody should be able to do what they want in that regard. But that's not what we're talking about when we're talking about praising God, not magically. Praising God means praising good. God means good. Remember, you know the face of God based upon the results. So you dealing with God as some sort of abstract principle isn't as powerful as you understanding God means everything that's good in your life. Everything that's good in your life. That's what God is. That's God manifest. So when you learn to praise that which is good in your life, then the things that aren't good in your life start to take their cue from that. Because the basic theory here is that everything in our life that isn't good are based upon thoughts which are not of God, are based upon thoughts which are of ego. So when we take control of our own thinking to the best of our ability and use our mind to praise that which is good, things have to turn around. So think about what's good in your life. Now, even in regards to problems, say you had a relationship, that's what this was that you brought to this psalm. Say you had a relationship issue. It's not all bad, or you wouldn't have had a relationship with them to begin with. So what is working in the relationship? Let's focus on that and give the stuff that isn't working to God to heal for you. But your job is to praise what is good. Now, that's not to ignore the problems. That doesn't mean you still don't go to therapy or whatever you have to do and talk stuff out and work stuff out. Absolutely. But if you're doing that from the point of view of, I love this relationship and there's so much to praise that's good about this relationship, you're motivated to do those things. Those things aren't work. Those things aren't effort. It's not painful to do those things. You want to do those things. Just like in the environment. Once we realize how like say, like with the ozone layer, right? The minute that we understood how bad that is for the atmosphere, and that we started praising everything we like about the atmosphere of the earth, it's a no-brainer to get rid of the aerosols and all of those other things that are causing the ozone problem, right? We are motivated to do that. We want to do that. So praise is very practical. You start to turn things around not only in a metaphysical way, but in a very sort of pragmatic way, because you're much more motivated to do the things you need to do to heal a situation if you're coming from a perspective of praise. So these psalms are very practical. Oh, let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth. Selah. That's a powerful, powerful thing to say. This verse has so much magic in it. And we could spend hours and hours just on this one verse, but we're just going to go through it quickly. Oh, let the nations be glad and sing for joy. Okay, so the nations we've said are the main ways that we think, the main points of view that we come from, our main thought forms. So those things, those parts of our personality and our minds we are now saying that we want all of them to be glad and sing for joy. So all the bitching and the moaning that we're doing, we are now instructing the thought forms that are at the bottom of all that bitching and moaning to turn that around. And what you're here to do is to be glad and sing for joy. Now, to sing for joy means to make a disruption in the atmosphere. Singing is a vibration, and it disrupts the atmosphere in a positive way. It's vibrations. So when you're singing for joy and you're being glad, those thought forms are changing the vibrations of your life by changing the way that they are thinking. The thought vibrations themselves are changing things. Just because you're turning from complaining, turning from being upset, turning from obsessing over the problem, and instead you are turning toward the infinite and singing for joy, all from the point of view of being glad, gratitude. For thou shalt judge the people righteously. The people, again, are your thoughts. We want the infinite to judge our thoughts. The infinite won't judge our thoughts without our permission, because we've been granted freedom to think anything we want at any time we want. But the problem is we don't always understand the effects of our wrong thinking, and we don't understand that a lot of the experiences that we have in the world are the result of how we're using our minds. We're not clear on that. So we just assume that bad things are happening to us. We don't understand that we have anything to do with that. So now we are being let in on that occult secret, and we are being taught that if we give all of our thoughts to the infinite to judge, the infinite will respond by saying, this is a good thought, let's keep this one. This isn't such a great thought, let's discard this one. We can keep this one, let's get rid of that one. That's judging. That's judging. And is going to judge you righteously and righteousness is right-mindedness. It means sanity. It means healthy thinking. So any thoughts which are not healthy are going to be discarded as a result of doing this work. And govern the nations upon the earth. So when we ask the infinite to govern our mind, we can relax, because we don't feel like we have to come up with everything all by ourselves all the time. Isn't that a nice feeling? So whatever the problem is, let's say it is a relationship problem. We're bringing this problem and we're saying, I understand that a lot of this problem's genesis is within my own thinking. So I'm going to let you govern my thoughts. I'm going to let you govern my relationship. I'm going to take my cue from you, infinite intelligence. And I'm going to be open and receptive to being guided by you, moment by moment by moment, one foot in front of the other, always in the present moment. What do I do here? Where do I go here? How do I act here? What should I say now? And when we do that, when we allow our minds to be governed by that higher principle, things change extremely rapidly. Now, anytime it says Selah, that's a musical direction that is a pause. And for us as magicians, it's saying, think over that thought again. It's an important thought. Think that again. It says, let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. So again, this is a very important, obviously, magical step for us, or it wouldn't be repeated. Every thought in my mind is going to praise God today. And that doesn't mean anything other than looking for what is good in my life. Looking for the good and letting God take care of the other. It's not that we're abdicating responsibility for the things that aren't working. We're just recognizing that our mind, if our mind is focused on praising what is good, the not good will be taken care of much more easily because we're in the right frame of mind to take care of it. So it's so important to start with praising what is working, praising what is good. If we don't start with that, we're not coming from the right posture to have any healing happen. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. Now the earth yielding her increase, it's serious about that. What do you want to increase? Well, then praise it. That's the power of praise. That's the power of praise. Again, it's not praising some abstract deity up in the sky. There's nothing wrong with that, but it has very limited benefit other than maybe giving you some adrenaline, maybe giving you a little bit of endorphin, especially if you're doing it in a group. It can feel like, oh yeah, we really did something. But did you? If you then go and don't really apply it to your mind? Because what we want to do is we want to praise what's good in our lives. Because then we know things get turned around. We know that the good expands. And just like when you're planting a field of wheat, it kills all the weeds around it. A healthy crop of wheat kills all the weeds. You don't have to go weed a crop of wheat. It takes care of it for you. And the same thing goes with this. You start praising what is good in your life, and that good expands. The earth yields her increase, and God, infinite intelligence, blesses you. It all happens all at once. So if you're not having the earth yield her increase and you don't feel blessed, look and see what you're doing with your mind and with your words. I doubt you're praising what's working. I doubt you're working with that power of praise, because if you were, it's a metaphysical certainty that things will turn around for you. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. So God will bless you. This is a promise, and a promise simply means a formula. If you do this, this will happen. That's all that means. It's a scientific formula. The old Bible promises really simply mean scientific, metaphysical, or magical formulas. The difference between a religious person and a magical person is that a religious person usually believes God has a plan. A magical person understands that God has a pattern. And they may seem similar, but they're very different, right? So we're not looking in terms of some fairy tale God up in the sky. We're looking at forces that work in our lives. So God will bless you because you've done the formula. And all the ends of the earth shall fear him. The ends of the earth means every aspect of your physical existence here, your manifest existence here, shall fear him. Fearing God means having ecstasy, experiencing the presence of God. And when you experience the ecstasy and presence of God, everything shimmers. Everything vibrates. So this is talking about raising the vibrations of the very matter in your physical universe to match the power of praise that you have been understanding and that you've been allowing this psalm to coach you through, to coach you into. So expect major changes, expect major healings, expect major breakthroughs in whatever you brought to the psalm if you follow the formula that the psalm sets out, because you will get those blessings that you desire. Just like when you drop a book, the book will fall to the floor because the law of gravity is there. The same kind of magical laws are involved with this. The power of praise is such that you will expand your good. The power of praise is such that you will heal things and things will change, and that you will raise the vibrations of your experiences in the manifest world so that they grow and that the earth yields her increase in those areas. So if you need more prosperity, you need more love, you need healing, you need whatever increase you need the earth to yield in your life will be done through the power of praise. Let the people praise thee, O God, let all the people praise thee. So that's your job now, is to just sit. Now, you don't maybe always have the ability to do this 24/7, but you can sit for 5 or 10 minutes when you're working the psalm and start thinking about the situation that you brought to the psalm and finding things to praise about it. You can do that every time you sit down to work on this problem. And then before you know it, the earth yields her increase in a wonderful way, and things change in a very marvelous way. And that's because you've done the formula. You've taken time and you've worked the magic. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today. Make sure that before I forget, just take the same psalm and you want to take the psalm and come back to it every single day until you get a sense, it's like an inner click, an inner knowing that things are working out. You just don't even feel like working on it anymore. You don't feel like that you need to. You almost get disinterested in the problem. And that's a sign to you from your deep mind that that's because your spell is cast and that whatever manifestations that need to happen are imminent. And then you can move on to something else. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be. I told you I was a little sleepy. Let's see if we have any questions. I see one. Does the deep mind understand what the nations and people are doing and thinking right away, or does it take a little bit of time for the deep mind to understand? The deep mind needs to be conditioned. The deep mind is like the earth. The deep mind is like the earth, and it yields whatever is planted in it. It doesn't have the ability to choose. That's not what it's there for. The earth doesn't say, "Oh no, I won't take those kinds of seeds. I won't take those kinds of seeds." Now, the earth in some parts of the world isn't conditioned for certain kind of plants, so you would have to recondition the earth in regards to fertilizing and nutrients and things like that to bring that analogy even further. But ultimately, your deep mind is the feminine part of your mind, and it will yield whatever seeds are planted in it. And whichever seeds are the strongest are the ones that take over. And the ones that are weakest usually are taken over by the strong, whatever the strong plants are. So it's important that our conscious mind is clear on what we're doing. Right. Now, if you take my advanced witchcraft class, we also talk about the superconscious mind, which is what the Lord is in here, or God is in here. But that we don't really have time to go into that too much today. But yeah, so the deep mind isn't there to intellectualize. That's not its function. It's there to keep your heartbeat going. It's there to beat. It's there to keep your habits going. If you practice the piano every single day, then you'll be able to play that piece of music without thinking about it, right? But if you practice mistakes every single day, you'll be playing that music with those mistakes, because that's what the deep mind is there for. The deep mind is there to give you back what you put into it. So it's not going to make choices for you. You have to make the choices, and it will do its job beautifully. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so very much to the amazing moderators. Today we had make sure, did I get the right people? I lost my list. Today we had the lovely Shirley and the lovely Honey Paw on YouTube. I knew that. And on Twitch is the lovely Dre. So thank you so much, moderators. And I hope everybody can make it over to our premiere that's happening in 10 minutes. And we'll see you over there. And then we'll have a lecture tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more rested, so I'll know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much again for being here today. Until next time, blessed be.